and the key I shouldn't have accepted. I'm Daniel, 36, maintenance supervisor at a luxury apartment tower where every hallway smells like designer candles and every resident believes walls are soundproof. They aren't. My life is made of other people's noises, other people's requests, other people's broken things. I keep the boilers from sulking, the elevators from sulking louder, and the doors from forgetting who's allowed in. The day this started, I found an envelope slipped under my office door. No return address. Inside, a single keycard, silver stripe, unmarked, with a note in handwriting too careful to be casual. For emergencies, discretion required. I knew immediately whose hand had written it. Suite 2702, Elena Varga, the building's most visible secret, married to Victor, an investment banker with a jaw like a command. Elena was younger, sharper, with eyes that could convince you she already knew what you'd decide before you opened your mouth. She was the kind of tenant who didn't request, she invited, and every invitation felt like the edge of a cliff. 2 weeks earlier, she'd caught me in the lobby after midnight while Victor was out of town. "Do you ever feel like this building breathes?" she asked. Her dress had been dark blue silk, her voice quiet as if the marble wanted to gossip. I'd laughed it off, but her eyes had done something to my chest I'm still trying to name. Now the keycard in my hand hummed like it had a pulse. I should have returned it, logged it as lost property, pretended I never saw it. Instead, I slipped it into my wallet and told myself I was protecting security. 3 nights later, during a thunderstorm that pressed heat against glass, I heard voices echoing down the service corridor near 2702. A woman's low laugh. A man's voice, not Victor's. My phone buzzed, an alert from the access system. Suite 2702's door had been opened at 11:47 p.m. by guest access, manual override. My override. My card. I climbed the back stairs, not because I planned to interfere, but because curiosity is a slow poison that tastes like purpose. At the landing, the door was ajar. Through the gap, the faint glow of candles, the shadow of Elena leaning too close to a man in a tailored shirt. He wasn't her husband. His hand cupped her waist like it was his already. I pulled back before they saw me. In the silence of the stairwell, I felt my pulse in my teeth. She had used my key, my access, to make her apartment invisible for someone else. The next morning she appeared at my office door as if summoned. Jeans, silk blouse, sunglasses she didn't need indoors. She closed the door without asking. "You found the envelope?" she asked. "I found it," I said. And you used it." Her mouth curved, not quite a smile. "You check logs too carefully." "Someone has to." She sat on my desk, close enough that the faint perfume of almond and smoke reached me. "Victor doesn't ask questions," she said softly. "But questions exist. I need someone who knows where the doors are, and when not to knock." "You're asking me to be an accomplice." "I'm asking you to be discreet," she said, and her fingers brushed the edge of my binder where I keep maintenance reports. The gesture was small. My body decided it was large. For a week, nothing. The log stayed quiet, the card unused. Then Friday night, another alert. 2702, manual override, 1:14 a.m. This time I didn't go upstairs. I lay on the cot in my office listening to thunder that wasn't in the sky. Saturday, the building gossiped. A neighbor mentioned hearing music through the walls, strings, low and deliberate. Another asked me if new tenants had moved in next to Elena. I shook my head and said nothing. That evening, Elena intercepted me in the elevator. Alone. She pressed the emergency stop between floors, a move so reckless I felt the whole building hold its breath. You didn't say anything, she murmured. Not my business, I said. Her eyes studied mine. But you watched. Yes. And? And what? Did it change what you think of me? The elevator hummed like it was listening. Her hand touched my wrist, light, deliberate. Sometimes, she whispered, watching is part of the game. She started the elevator again before I could speak. When the doors opened, she walked out without looking back. I told myself to step away. Instead, I checked the logs every night like a man hopping for bad news. The card was used twice more, always late, always erasing the line between fidelity and performance. One night I couldn't stand the not knowing. I used the service elevator, keyed into 2702, and entered the apartment while silence pretended nothing had happened. The place smelled of wine and lilies. On the console table, 2 glasses, one still wet. On the bed, a silk scarf knotted around the post, untied hastily, and on the counter, left like a dare, the silver keycard. She wanted me to know. When I left, I didn't return the card. I pocketed it. The next morning, Victor stopped me in the lobby. Security seems strong here, he said casually. No strange entries, no lost keys. My throat tightened. Everything is under control. He smiled, the kind of smile that makes you wonder what he already knows. That night, Elena came again. This time not to drop a hint, but to stand in my doorway, eyes bright, lips parted like a secret that wanted a body. I'm tired of being careful, she said. And for the first time, I let myself step off the cliff I'd been circling. Her kiss was immediate, practiced, devastating. The silk blouse slid off her shoulder like it had been waiting. My hands found the hollow of her back, the line of her thigh, the place where discretion surrendered. We moved like people who had been rehearsing separately for weeks and finally found the same stage. It wasn't love. It was need sharpened by secrecy, desire made louder by the risk of walls that were never as thick as we hoped. After she lay against me, hair spilling over my chest, and whispered, "Still there," as if I were a door she wanted to test. "Still," I said, though I wasn't sure what part of me she was asking about. The card remains in my wallet. The logs keep telling stories no one should believe. Victor keeps smiling like a man who invests in silence. And me? I keep fixing doors, pretending walls don't listen, carrying a key I shouldn't have accepted, knowing one night it will open more than a room. Because buildings remember, and so do I.